Welcome to our virtual world. We are Virtual Zone, and today we will be taking you on a course about Python programming basics that is approximately 30 to 40 minutes long. This course will include basic data types, Python concepts like functions, loops, and conditional statements. These topics will be approached in a dynamic manner in which the learner will actively participate in learning and answering questions in multiple rooms in our virtual world on their own, with a teacher guide available for any necessary guidance. The aim of this dynamic learning is to fulfill the constructivist pedagogy and learning objectives of create, evaluate, analyze, apply, understand, and remember of the learner, with the additional use of gamification to provide an intuitive learning experience within our virtual environment for our learners. To achieve this, we have made extensive use of the tools provided within Mozilla Hubs, such as 3D objects to create lessons and activities, with gamification included, that will test these learning objectives whilst following a constructivist approach. We have also provided some interesting and educational facts about Python programming for general knowledge and to spark interest and motivation in our learners, and can be found throughout the course. Now let's move on into our first lesson of the course. In this activity, students will learn about data types. There are many data types that are used in Python, however this activity will only discuss three, namely, int, float and string. The estimated time that a student can take to complete this task is between 5 to 8 minutes. There is a set of slides that a student will view initially to gain an understanding of the concepts being taught. The students will also be provided with a link that they can use to further their knowledge of the activities. Then the students will be tasked with a pair of group activities in which the constructivism pedagogy will be in place, as the students will be actively engaging by finding objects that may be placed in specific boxes. The student will discuss in groups and put the correct answer based on their discussions. After this activity is completed, the student may go upstairs to the next activity. The student would have completed the first challenge and moved on to the second challenge upon entering the staircase. This room tests the student's knowledge of basic concepts of the Python programming language. The objective of this is to teach students and make them remember some of the essential concepts of Python programming. These concepts are dictionaries, functions, lists, and sets. This section, which uses the constructivism approach, allows the student to look at concepts and then match them using the pen. Once the student looks at the concepts given, he/she will be able to look at the definitions and match the correct concept to the correct definition. The student will be able to view the answers on the next page once complete with the answering of the questions. Once this challenge is complete, the student can follow the arrows that will lead them to the next challenge, which will expand their knowledge relating to the Python programming language. Group activity. This activity is best performed in groups of 3 and will take approximately 4 to 6 minutes to complete. This activity consists of each group member being assigned a colored block. There are 3 colored blocks: blue, red, and green. Each block is assigned a value or operator. Blue is the integer y, green the integer x, and red the operation or operator / for division. The first page of this activity gives a basic example of a function in Python. On the following page a question is given. This question pertains to the print function within the function myFunction2, having no contents between the brackets. Within this block of code, we have 2 integers x and y which carry values of 1 and 2 respectively. The question asks that the three colored blocks are to be rearranged from left to right in the order in which if their associated values or operations were written into the print function brackets such that when the function myfunction2 is called the program would output the value 2.0. For example, if the blocks were arranged in the order from left to right starting with green, then red, and then blue, the print function brackets would contain x/y, which means x divided by y. The goal of this activity is to fulfill a constructivist approach and test the learning objectives: create, evaluate, analyze, apply, understand and remember, of the learners through cooperation and gamification. Right before entering the next room there is a short 3-page explanation, approximately 2 minutes, on if statements, for loops and while loops. This explanation is important for the next room as the next room consists of questions that learners will have to answer using the knowledge they have learned from this explanation. In this room there will be a series of basic questions which will take approximately 8 to 10 minutes. First, we have an if statement that requires the learner to place true and false in the correct order. After trying this question, the page can be clicked to show the answer. Second, we have made use of a photo stand-in for learners to stand in the cutout which has the correct answer and take a photo of themselves using the Mozilla Hubs camera tool. Lastly, we have a small activity in which 3 bins are lined up, each with a type of loop titling them. Further above these bins are questions that can be answered by placing blue, red, and green colored balls within one of the bins to answer the question. To move from one question to the next, click on the right arrow on the page. The aim of this room is to fulfill a constructivist approach and test the learning objectives: create, evaluate, analyze, apply, understand, and remember, of the learner by mixing basic assessment questions with gamification. Congratulations on finishing all the activities in the virtual zone. But you're not done just yet. In order to successfully finish the lessons on basic programming and Python concepts, you need to complete 10 MCQ questions. The MCQ questions will evaluate your understanding, ability to remember concepts, and ability to apply all the different concepts you have learned while participating in all the different activities in the virtual zone. Do note that the questions will start easy and will progress and become slightly difficult. You will need to apply the knowledge learned through the various activities. Important things to consider: you will have 3 attempts to pass the MCQ questions with the pass mark of 50%, and you will have 1 minute per question, so use your time very wisely. Good luck, winky face! After completing the final assessment for this virtual course, you can proceed up to the wooden stage and can take a picture of yourself using the camera tool provided, and can then proceed to stick the photo on our very own Hall of Fame wall for all passing learners. This final moment in our virtual world can be related to beating a level in a video game, providing a sense of achievement for the learner's efforts in this Python course. Thank you all for watching.